Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate Live. I'm your host Nathan Oakley, and if you are new to this channel, or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you'd like to join the community debate, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate forum. If you'd like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they are live. There's also a PayPal, Patreon and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly, if you'd like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcomed back on the next stream. Please also share the show on social media. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show. And one last time, if you are new to the channel or you've not done so already, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now, we are joined by Physics Warrior, Ranty Flat Earth. I think that's... I'm not sure who that is. Pete, Paul, McDonough for you, Mac, Chocolate Sane, Anon Moto, and 10th Man. I think it might be P Mars. How are you all doing? Good to have you one and all.
The Earth is level.
Hello.
Hello.
You don't remember me, Nathan?
I did vaguely forget you for a second there, P.
Damn, dude, that hurts.
Well, if you just join on P Mars, that would be easier than you joining on an account that says Pete and a picture of...
I used to join on this account all the time, but Anthony has my accounts blocked, so...
Arwin wants a word with EP. Arwin wants a word with EP.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he blamed me for porn bombing him.
Did he get porn bombed?
He did.
I didn't know that. He never mentioned that to me. When did that happen?
A couple of days ago, 2-3 days ago, he told me that it was definitely P Mars. I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
Well, I mean, I hadn't shown up in his chat for like a month, and the one day I do, he gets porn bombed. So I guess I could see where he would conclude that it was me, but there's no evidence. Like, he can't prove it because I didn't do it. So, you know.
Well, isn't this a lovely conversation?
Hey, Nathan.
Hey, 10th Man.
I thought that was a great ending to Ball Busters with the zero dividing. Can you go over that again? That was pretty good when you were going back and forth with that fella.
I honestly can't remember the context of it. You can't divide by zero. That much I know.
Right. But he was saying that after the Big Bang, and you were trying to tell him, no, this is what you're saying before the Big Bang.
Yes. I can't remember. I think it might have been Arwen also that did that very cleverly right at the beginning. So Arwen was the most slick in that regards. So it's like you sort of brush past the fact that they start by dividing by zero to get the singularity that everything comes from in the first instance. But then they start from the point where it's infinitesimally small. So you do have a volume, and it's just got massively compacted, very dense, well, everything in existence, right, in this tiny little dot. But that, even I can wrap my head around. However, getting everything from nothing is a different story, right?
Precisely, especially where everything is information-based.
That's not like the Big Bang, though. It's not everything comes from nothing.
Where does it come from then, P?
The Big Bang doesn't explain where matter and energy comes from. It just states that at one point in time, they were all condensed into like one, I guess, place.
So it does explain it then. that is the explanation. That's what we just talked about.
What do you mean? What? No,
yeah,
that
is what they explained. Yeah, that is the explanation.
Of where it doesn't explain where matter and energy originate.
No, you damn Skippy. That's our point. Yes, thank you, P. Yes, that's correct. Well done.
You agree with me?
It doesn't explain it in the slightest, no. No, it's just a load of nonsense.
It's not meant to. It just explains the redshift.
It just explains the beginning of heliocentric religion. Yeah, and it makes no sense. We agree. Thanks.
Alton arc shat all over that redshift. Hubble can go suck at that one. He has quasars, NGC. I forgot the number. They're intertwined. They have redshifts that are completely different, but they're touching each other. And there's a whole list of them called Atlas of Peculiar Galaxies by Halton Arc Pete. Look it up.
How would they know what happened so long ago unless they're using their mathematical equations?
They're using their mathematical equations.
They have like they had like some, you know, that there's like a telescope that can take a picture of the past or something, or what the universe looked like in the past.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, it's a story.
No, he's right. There's the what's it called? It's called the time machine telescope. That's the one.
I don't remember the name of the telescope, but yeah, they
Time
have
machine
images of what
telescope.
The universe looked like.
The DeLorean telescope.
I mean, it's a real
That's
thing.
supposed to be a real thing.
It is, yeah.
A telescope that sees.
You guys know about that, right?
Well,
No,
that's
just
just
bullshit.
I know you guys know. You
No,
guys
no.
are smarter than me. You guys know everything, so you know that.
Are panel members getting sniped, or are they dropping of their own volition?
No, it's fine. Yeah, no, not getting sniped. Nathan. We have
They're just bored. You gotta entertain them, Nathan.
Yeah, I was trying to hear about the time machine telescope.
Back to the Future.
Don't you know what I'm talking about? Chocolate saying you're really educated. You know what the name of the telescope is?
Yeah, I don't know, but my
Yes,
stand is like
it's called
I
Sophia.
get what you're saying about
I
that.
vaguely hear. I know slightly what you're talking about, but I don't know the name of it.
Called Sophia. All this looking back in time is just part of your bullshit narrative for the heliocentric world, because you're assuming that these lights in the sky are astronomical distances away, and then from there you extract that when you look into the very dark bits that you're seeing a much further distance, and therefore back in time, because it's taken such a prolonged period for that light to reach us. Just part of the bullshit narrative. You're just looking at lights in the sky. That's it. Unless, of course, you have an evidence for the distance to the sun, P. Mars.
Yeah, parallax, right?
No. But
They measured it in the 1700s with parallax to Venus, I think.
Oh, really? And how do you know how big Venus is?
Or was it Mercury?
How do you know how big Venus is?
I don't think you need to know that. For
Yeah,
parallax.
you do, you dipshit. It's assumed. It's assumed to be the same size as Earth. Didn't you know that?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, extremely sure. Christian Huygens assumed it was the same size as Earth. Did you not know that? Also assumed
you don't
that
need
it was
to
a
know the
sphere.
size of it.
It was not only that, it was the same assumption of R. So you assume Earth is a sphere, which it's not. Then you assume that light in the sky is the same as Earth.
That doesn't sound.
And then
That
you
isn't-
assume
I
that
don't
they're
think
the
that's
same
right,
size.
Nathan. I don't think you have to assume anything about Venus.
Well, that's what they did. Whether or not we have to
I
or
don't.
not is secondary. That's actually
Yes.
what they did.
I don't think that's correct, though. I think you just measure. You take two viewpoints and you measure an angle or something.
Well, I mean, isn't it that Venus is what they're saying is before? Let's just say before Venus. It's kind of funny how they started the idea that the sun was not smaller, but much closer, about 3,100 miles, and that was even before Venus. But The thing is, I even like to go back further with these two sticks, and that's how things came about. So,
Well, it's kind of funny because they're actually using perspective
yep,
to determine the distance of the sun. You guys are
correct.
always talking about perspective. That's
Why
parallax is based on perspective. It's not. They don't need to know anything about Venus, so that's not correct.
Why are we even taking any of this serious? They can't even show us 8 inches per mile square on terra firma, let alone that far out in Venus.
What do you mean? They have geodetic surveyors that can measure the curve of the Earth.
That's why we can see it with our eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Where?
Like Soundly's picture.
Go live by the ocean one day, my friend.
I have to disagree with Soundly because I can't use his
Hi,
picture
my
and
name
put it
is
on my.
Danny.
Oh, hey, Danny. Everybody saw Soundly's picture. For my opinion, I
I'm
can't
s-
put Soundly's
I'm
picture on my ball.
These pictures nonsense.
The horizon rises to your eye level at sea level, at mountain level, at an airplane height, at a helium balloon at
sorry, but it actually
128,000
has been
feet.
proven that
It
the
all
Earth is
comes.
round by philosophers and scientists.
I've seen a video.
Can I say hello to our couple of new guests? Hey, Danny. Hey, Rare. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but the Earth has been proven that it is round. It is not flat.
Oh God.
Got a long way to go, kid.
I'm not
Long way to go, boy.
actually round. If it was flat, we would be flat. We would actually be flat ourselves.
Uh,
Hey, this is for adults.
Oh.
Can I ask you a question, kid? Like, how old are you?
Wait, I can't even hear him.
That you're interested in the subject?
Yeah.
17.
Okay.
17?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You're 12 at max.
No, I'm older than 12, sorry.
Don't sound 17.
So what was your argument? Just that it's just a globe. That's your argument.
Well, to be honest, if you were ready to look at it this way, if the Earth was flat, it's it's easy to say if people there are so many people who think that the Earth is flat. The Earth is not flat. How is the Earth flat?
Sorry, that's sorry.
Can someone
That's not an
continue,
argument.
please?
Hold on. That's not an argument. You're just asking us a question. So
Yeah.
So you've asserted the Earth must be a sphere. Why?
All right.
Did you leave?
No.
No, I'm here. Please repeat your question.
What is your evidence for your assertion that we live on a sphere?
Well, there are satellite images. There's been satellite images being taken of the space. Why? Do you think that the Earth is flat?
Sorry, you reverted back to asking me a question. So far we've got satellite images. Do you want to show us some?
Yes. If what else?
No, that's good. We'll stick with that. Satellite images.
Yeah.
Okay. Where are these satellites?
They're in space.
Oh, that's a shame. Ah, space isn't real. Didn't you know that?
Space is real.
Oh, really? See, space is
Yeah, it is
asserted to be a vacuum, and we have gas pressure here on Earth. Gas pressure being...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But we also have space is real.
Yes, I heard. Now I'm telling you why it isn't.
Okay, so what you're trying to say to me is
Yeah,
that
I'm
the
trying to say it, but you're interrupting me.
astronauts were not
Your
real.
parents didn't teach you how to listen very well, did they? Yeah, I heard.
Yeah, they
You say space is real. You don't need to repeat it 5 more times. You just need to listen. That means stop talking. So,
Alright, I'll listen.
jolly good. So, if space, which is asserted to be a vacuum, then the gas which we are breathing would fill that space rapidly.
Okay.
Not really. Make space fake. So if these satellite images have come from a place that can't exist, it's not very good evidence. It's like me saying, I've got pictures from the cameras in the lion's eyeballs in Narnia. Not really great if Narnia's not real, eh?
Yeah, but let me ask you this question.
No. We're waiting for you to prove your assertion that you came in. It stunned everyone to silence. You made this declaration
I'm
that
telling
we're on a
you
sphere.
that space is real. It is so easy to prove it. There are so many other galaxies out there.
Galaxies.
Yes.
They're lights in the sky.
Okay.
Yeah, lights in the sky. So what do they prove?
Okay, so what you're trying to say is that astronauts never walked on the moon.
No,
Bingo.
definitely not. No, definitely not.
Astronauts walked on the moon.
What would make you assert such nonsense?
Really?
This is not gonna go anywhere.
You want to tell me that they didn't walk on the moon?
Sorry, you
Yes,
just
little
claimed.
boy.
Sorry, let's just teach you your first lesson here. That's what's known as a burden of proof reversal fallacy. So what you have done is made a claim. Men walk on the moon. That's your claim. Then you're demanding that we disprove your claim. So, Sunshine, the way it works is as follows. You make a claim, then you back it with evidence. You don't ask us to back your claim or disprove your assertion. You need to prove it. So, do you think men walked on the moon, do you, Sunshine? Oh, right. Let's see the proof for that then.
Astronauts did walk on the moon.
Yeah, that's the assertion. A repetition of the assertion isn't backing it with evidence. It's just saying the same thing again.
Yes, go look at images of Neil Armstrong walking on the moon.
I'm telling you, we have way. This kid is absolutely clueless. There's no point.
No need. So, do you know what a backdrop is?
Yeah.
What's a backdrop?
Do you really need to call a kid clueless? Like, that's kind of
Yeah, there's no need. What's a backdrop?
Are we speaking about science or something different?
You said yes. Did you mean no?
I know. Actually, no. I don't know what a backdrop is.
Okay. Why did you say yes then?
Because never mind. Can you please explain to me what a backdrop is?
No. Go away. Google the word backdrop. Come back to us and join the conversation once you've Google searched what a backdrop is. Then we'll carry on this conversation about the moon landings. Okay?
Whatever. Okay.
Well, I want to. Can I ask him one question, Nathan, just before he goes?
I'm out. You can toy with him all you like. Don't be rude to him. He's a minor.
I know. I appreciate it. I get it, Nathan. You told me you're 17 years old. My question is that, being here 17 years old, what do you think of WWE?
Yeah, I know what WWE is.
Okay, do you believe that is real or not real?
No, I don't believe that's real. I believe that's fake.
You don't believe it's real nor it's fake?
Yeah, it's fake.
Okay, it's fake. When did you realize that it was fake?
When I realized that my parents told me about that.
Oh, so then they told you that actually it's not real. So how did you feel about that?
I felt sad.
Yeah, me too. Okay. And the next thing you mentioned about walking on the moon. Okay, that's very, very interesting. Because I just how I saw it on TV and saw it in the books. And then right now, we have powerful telescopes. It's in our handheld P900s, P1000s, and also observatories.
Yeah.
Now Okay, now here's the
You
thing.
can,
For you to prove the world that we walked on the moon and to tell all your friends and to assert that claim, you have to have a photograph of that steps,
but
flags,
okay,
sedentary.
so right.
Well, I mean, let me. I'm almost done. If somebody asks you for evidence or some proof, some tangible proof, you may want to see. I mean, something of a P900 of observatory. So that's. I'm not. I forgot the name of that crater. If anybody knows, but we could definitely zoom into that crater. But we don't have anything of that. Those evidence that they've been there. So that's where I'm at.
Anyway, I found the meaning of the backdrop. A painted cloth hung at the back of a theater stage as a part of the scenery.
Perfect. So, do you want to bring up those images of the moon
Okay, so
landings?
what
So-
you're trying to say is that it's a green screen. Is that what you're trying to say?
sorry, did you just read out the description of a green screen?
Yeah, you're trying to say that it is a bunch of actors who are behind a green screen.
No, I didn't. Did you say? Sorry, you just read it out. Did it say the word green screen anywhere in that
No,
description that you just read?
but still, it says a painted cloth.
Right. Not green screen then.
No, not green screen.
Right. So, do you want to bring up the pictures of the moon landings and we'll see if we can identify any backdrops?
All right. I'm not on my computer. Sorry, I'm not allowed to use my computer.
No worries. It'll be homework. Go and have a look at the moon landing pictures and see if you can identify a backdrop. Have fun. So, any more for any more. So, we've got men travelling through a second law of thermodynamics violation to visit a light in the sky. We're off to Button Moon. And we've got satellite images from a second law of thermodynamics violation that can't be real. Anything else?
How do we get moon rocks?
We didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Moon rock.
All right. So what you're trying to tell
It's
me.
not.
So you.
It's not petrified wood. We
What
have
about
moon
the solar
rocks.
system?
Sorry, the solar system.
Tell that to the Holland Museum. We gave him petrified woods.
Yeah. Okay. I don't really care about petrified wood. We have moon rocks from the moon.
It's petrified.
How do you
It's
know those are
petrified
from
wood.
the
It's not.
moon? Pete,
We have
can you
moon rocks
confirm?
from the
Can you
moon.
confirm those are from the moon?
Pete,
We
Pete,
can confirm it's from the moon because we have
because
geologists
you've
who
never been there.
analyze the
My
rocks,
God,
and they've
my
determined that the
God.
rocks were created in an environment that lacked
In
oxygen and water, and also it had
petrified
lower
wood.
gravity than the Earth, and this would be impossible to fake.
Shh the fuck up.
Okay, P.
But
Go
Am I
ahead,
wrong?
Danny. Go on.
Milky
Am I
Way
wrong?
is real.
Sorry, we've got another declaration. What's
Of
real
course
now?
you're wrong, Pete.
What's real, Danny?
The
Moon
Milky Way.
rocks.
Oh, you're getting interrupted by P. Mars. He even interrupts children.
Oh, my bad. I can't hear him. I didn't hear him. Sorry.
I've
The
got him
Milky
turned up.
Way is real.
Still didn't hear him.
You said the Milky Way is real?
The Milky Way is real.
The Milky Way is real.
It is.
Okay.
Multiverse?
No,
Hey,
Milky
do you
Way.
remember when you found
Milky
that
Way,
Santa
okay,
wasn't
okay.
real?
Yeah, the lights in the sky are real.
Yeah, the stars are real.
Yeah. Nobody's denying that.
So then how is space not real? How are planets not real?
Okay, I'll say it again, a bit slower. Do you know what a vacuum is?
Yeah, yes I do. You mean a vacuum? A vacuum is something that is closed up.
That's what, sorry?
That is closed up.
Wrong.
No. So it's the absence of any gases or anything at all.
All right.
That's a vacuum.
All right. Well, there's. Never mind. I don't know.
Okay, the point is that what we need in order to have gas pressure, which is what we breathe. We breathe air, a gas at pressure.
Oxygen is an air. We breathe oxygen.
Yeah, you're going to struggle with an explanation if you can't listen for more than about 10 seconds. So we are breathing air, a gas at pressure. In order to be a pressure, it needs to press on something. You with me so far? Just need a yes or no. Yeah, are you with us so far?
Yes, I understand now, but still, I believe that space is
I hadn't finished my explanation. I'm just getting one step at a time from somebody who talks a lot. So you understand so far that we do breathe a gas at
yes, of course
pressure.
I do. I know that.
Excellent. And a vacuum isn't something to be pressed upon, but actually dispersed into if you're a gas. You appreciate that a gas can't press on a vacuum, it would disperse into it. Do you understand that?
Yes.
So if space is a vacuum, which it absolutely isn't, the gas we breathe would fill that vacuum, leaving us with no gas to breathe.
Exactly.
So space, claimed to be a vacuum, is fake.
Okay. Okay. I will.
Syllogism?
But it's being claimed by so many scientists that it's real.
Called an argument ad populum. Another fallacy.
Anyway.
Yeah, claiming that lots of people say it doesn't make it true.
Okay. Okay, whatever. Okay. Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. You've been one of the nicest guests we've had in a very long time.
You're welcome.
It's nice meeting you, Danny. Thank you for visiting.
No problem.
Good day.
Bye.
Take care.
You're correct, Danny. You just can't win versus flat earthers.
Correct.
What?
We didn't make any assertions in rebuttal, P. Did you want to
are
make
you
one?
Are you guys all flat earthers?
No.
No.
We have one guy who isn't.
All right, guys.
The Mr. Miyagi guy is not a flat earther.
Wait, so Nathan's a flat earther?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Never mind.
Good day, kid. Good day. Back to school you go.
Santa's also not real.
Nathan, you did a great job handling a kid. That was wonderful.
I think I'd have been able to do that 2 years ago.
Now you could go after Pete. You could go after Pete. You know, all that bundled up energy we're trying to hold back.
They got the moon rocks with robots. Maybe they didn't send people to the moon.
You still believe in space then, P?
He's still on the moon rocks, being real.
Yeah, I do believe in space. I don't think because of the space is a vacuum and it can't exist next to a gas pressure. I think that's just retarded.
Wait, so P, so as much as you are aware that the government lies, and you've said it yourself, you know, we're under a scientific dictatorship, right? But you still believe that in '69 we sent men to the moon, they got off, walked around, and collected rocks, brought those rocks back, and that's what we have is moon rocks.
Yeah, I read an article that allegedly a geologist wrote talking about it and analyzing the rocks. And he's saying that you couldn't fake it because they were created in an environment that had lower gravity than Earth, you know, and no water and no air. So it made sense to me.
Why did they give the Dutch Museum a petrified wood? Tell me why. Why did they do that?
I don't. Why would I know that?
Okay, because
But-
they don't have any
Well,
they don't
because
have any
apparently-
moon
Okay,
rocks.
that doesn't.
Apparently, you know how one of these
That has
rocks
nothing-
was analyzed, right? So why wouldn't you know about another rock that was analyzed that
So
didn't come out to be what it was?
that could be true. Like that thing about the petrified
It
wood
is
could
true.
be
It's
true.
on BB. It is true.
Well,
You
whatever. I'm not
believe
disputing
BBC,
that.
so it's
So
true.
that could be true, but also what I said is true as well. So it doesn't discount what I said about like there could.
Let me
There's still real
try to
moon rocks.
let me try to break this down for you, people. Hold on. Let's say you have a friend, and this friend of you tells you that he has, I don't know, dragon teeth. Yeah? And then he decides to give some dragon teeth to your other friend. And you realize, oh wow, this is not dragon teeth, it's actually a tooth from a canine, from a dog. Then your other friend is still telling everybody he has dragon teeth. Meanwhile, you know that he gave your other friend dog teeth. Are you going to believe that he has a bag full of dragon teeth? If you do, that's fine. But you can't expect other people who learn from the past and learn from past behavior to keep on going, oh yeah, he probably has dragon teeth. You can do that, but don't expect us to do the same thing. You understand?
Sure. I still think like the petrified
Thank you.
wood
That's
has
it.
nothing to
We're
do
done.
with moon rocks. Sure.
What do you mean
Hey, Pete,
nothing
can
to
I
do
ask
with
you a
moon
question?
rocks?
So
Are you stupid, Pete?
No
the
need.
petrified
No
wood
need.
story can be true.
Right,
but then
Paul.
we
Yes,
also
go ahead.
still
Paul,
moon-
have you got a question?
I do. Hey, Pete, did you know Werner von Braun and NASA, before they went to the moon, they went to Antarctica looking for moon rocks? Did you know that? Hey, did you hear me?
He heard you.
Dude, my audio is messed up. Like I can't hear. I couldn't hear that child either.
He said.
Okay, well, I'll ask again. Did you know before the moon missions that Werner von Braun went to Antarctica looking for moon rocks? Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Okay, if you've never been to the moon, how would you know what moon rocks look like?
You wouldn't. But did you hear how they determined that they were from the moon?
But here's the thing: how do you know
It wasn't based
that
on what
that's
they looked
valid?
like.
How do you know that's valid information?
How do I know that's
Did
valid?
you test it? Did other people test it to confirm it? And how would you confirm that?
I'm putting faith in this article I read written by this geologist.
So basically, an article that you read, you trust the geologist and what he said.
Yes.
So you're appealing to someone that you don't know and appealing to something that could not be verified.
Yes, I'll do it for him. Yes.
Well, that's
Okay, I
what
think my point's been
everyone
made.
does. That would be true with the petrified wood story as well. I mean, that would be true with anything we talk about. I mean, it's just a mute point.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it is
because-
moot because nobody went to the moon.
No, because
So yeah, talking about moon rocks is nonsense.
an astronaut actually handed that supposed moon rock to that museum. So when they tested it, it showed petrified wood. So they didn't just take the word for it; they verified that it wasn't.
Was it silicate, 10th man?
You have to go back to the
Petrified wood.
No, the rock itself. I'm just trying to find out what kind of mineral material that is.
My research on it showed that an actual astronaut brought it to the museum, handed it over, said it was from the moon. And they all believed it until it was tested. And then they found out it was a lie.
But would it also not be true that story can be true also, that they could have really brought moon rocks back at the same time? Like both things could still be true. So one doesn't, they're not
So you
mutually
mean-
exclusive.
So you mean the astronaut who went to the moon, got real moon rocks, but then came back home, went to his backyard, grabbed some bad rocks, and took the bad rocks to the museum?
I don't know why they did that, but
Well, you're not thinking.
I am thinking.
And also, here's also
Why would,
Pete,
any, why, would,
if they
why,
would
would,
lie.
why would anybody give false evidence to anybody?
I don't know.
Pete.
Oh my God.
I mean, Pete, really, like you you're very well versed in government bullshit. You really believe, let's just say we really did go to the moon, right? I'll give you that. Let's say we went and came back, right? Do you really think that the government, and when I say the I mean all the governments that are working together, do you really think that they're just going to hand out pieces of a rock that came from the moon? Just willy-nilly, just give them out. Just, oh, look. here are pieces of rock that we got from the moon. Probably the most precious thing now, if that was the case, that would probably be the most precious thing on the planet because it didn't come from this planet, right? And you really think that they're going to just hand them out like cookies to citizens around the world?
Well, this is like, I'm talking about a geologist, right? So don't you think they would have geologists study the rocks? Like, that would make sense to me.
Geologists
aren't scientists.
Reasonable.
Me too.
That's the problem. Well, that's one of the problems anyway. Hi. How's everyone doing today?
Sup, John?
Great, it's the condom replacer.
Come on, man.
He's coming in saying
Here we go. Down into the depths of Romper Room with second graders.
Hey, what's with you today, Anon?
What's with him today? Well, he believes ink,
Nothing,
paper, and glue molecules author technical
I don't like a
instruction
zealot
manuals
on the
and
show.
blueprints. That's what he believes. That's what's wrong with him. He believes ink, paper, and glue molecules can author technical instruction manuals and blueprints, and something can come from nothing. Other than that, he has no problems.
Nobody said something can come from nothing.
I never did say that. I said everything could have been here forever.
He doesn't have to say it. A communist doesn't have to say that he's a communist to be a communist, right? It's implied, it's default. To be a communist, you have to have certain characteristics, right? You don't have to say it. What a communist is, just say communist. I'm a communist. So what does that mean?
Yeah, like a religious nutball, like you. Yeah. You don't have to say it. We know you're not. You say you're not a Christian, but we know you're a religious nutball. Yeah, sure.
Right. That's what you are. You're projecting.
Yeah. I was gonna say that too.
You're projecting. Belief without evidence. That's your mantra.
Oh, I would like to clear up something Anon did.
You believe in Peter and Paul from 2,000 years ago. What the hell are you talking about evidence?
You believe in ink, paper, and glue molecules authoring technical instruction manuals and blueprints.
I don't.
People in glass houses, brother.
Hi, Tanner Aldi. How you doing?
Hey there.
Good to have you.
Oh, hey, I'm in the chat. I was just joining. I am a globe skeptic and a big fan of the show. Thanks for having me on. I'm just gonna hang out if that's all right.
Yeah, pleasure to have you.
What's up, man?
Had a full panel.
I would like to clear something. I would like to clear up something Anon did say, and that we need to probably address because it has come up multiple times. Anon said the world has always existed, so he's fallen into flat earther and slick and all that stuff. So I know. I'm just going to clear it up. That probably needs to be addressed because it's going to keep coming up, and he's going to keep saying it.
Keep saying it. Why? He doesn't have any support. In fact, he stands in direct contradiction to the laws of thermodynamics. How many times I got to go over this?
Because it doesn't make sense. You're a retard. You can say it as much as you want. It still doesn't.
I'm a
your God
retard and you believe
violates the
something
second
comes
law
from
of
nothing.
thermodynamics, but you go, oh, it's my God, it's supernatural, it's outside the second law of thermodynamics.
Supernatural. Well,
That's
define
you.
supernatural. Let's define supernatural. What is supernatural?
Your bullshit fundy belief. That's what that
Yeah,
is.
here we go again. He can't even define a
Yeah,
word.
here we go.
What does the prefix super mean?
Above.
That's right. Above natural, right? What is natural?
No shit. Don't patronize me,
So
douchebag.
above and
What?
beyond
zealot.
natural. What
Hold
is
on.
natural?
Anon, why are you being so
Natural
aggressive? Why are you being
is
so
the
aggressive
physical
about
world.
this? I don't get it.
You don't
So-
get my problem with John. Is that a real question?
You had a problem with a kid earlier. You called him an idiot.
No, I didn't call him an idiot. I said, "Oh God, here we go. We don't have time for this." And guess what? I was right. You can't talk to a 4-year-old. It's like there's no point. Just kick him and call it a day.
Yeah, we're talking to one right now.
And plus,
Yeah, but-
it's a minor. You don't want to
Anon,
talk to him.
I mean,
just
Anon,
kick him.
as
done. It's a
somebody
minor.
with kids, is that how you would treat them?
I wouldn't want some random people on the internet talking to my kid and telling him. That's why I said let's hang up, kick him, call it a day. That's what I said. I don't want to talk to a minor.
But we're not his parents. We can't make him come on here. We didn't do that.
But we can kick him.
Why have you diverted? All I'm saying is...
Yeah, we've diverted away from
Yeah.
the topic.
Exactly.
So, we already defined the super part. It means over and above natural. What is natural?
Physical world.
Right, the
Things
physical
you
world.
find in nature. I don't know.
Right, the physical world. So we could define that as anything that has chemical formula, structure, charge, mass, momentum, or spin, or kcals, kilojoules, or milli-electron volts. Is that fair?
You forgot Gauss.
Is that fair? Answer the
Supernatural.
question.
Supernatural is just.
Hold on.
You forgot Gauss.
Hold on. I didn't hear what Anon said. What did you say? You forgot what?
Gauss.
Goss?
You know, what you use electromagnetism. Yeah.
Oh, Gauss. Okay, fine.
Gaussian curvature? What the heck? What are you talking about?
I didn't say anything about curvature, goofball. Listen.
Goofball. It's not what your sister said.
It's not. Let's descend. The point John's making is that stuff that's got physicality,
Fascinating.
you can measure, you can give it a value, like weight, or charge, or spin, or whatever you like. But if you're talking about supernatural, you can't.
Right. So do we agree on that definition? Chemical formula, structure, charge, mass, momentum, or spin, or energy, kcals, kilojoules, or milli-electron volts. Is that fair?
Nothing you say is fair, but sure, go on. Where's
I didn't hear.
this,
I didn't hear. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we've got an agreement. Yes,
where's
he's
this-
agreeing.
where's this-
He's
Where's
agreeing.
the spin in charge with your Jesus? Where's that?
He's in agreement that that's a fair assessment of what natural is. So we got above and beyond the physical and natural, correct? And you say that doesn't
Yeah, like
exist.
your Jesus. Yeah.
And you say that
Like
doesn't exist,
Jesus.
right?
Yeah, like Jesus.
Okay, like truth,
Yeah,
logic,
Hold
information.
on, John.
Yeah.
You are talking over each other, so I don't know if you've actually got an agreement. Just ask him again.
Is there? Do we have an agreement?
Yes.
What
Yes.
supernatural
Yes.
is?
We do have an agreement. For example,
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh, just a
That's
yes or no
supernatural right
question.
there. Got it. No. I would like to clarify it. Like Jesus. Yeah. What, I got it.
Listen
Go
to
on.
him like
Continue your
Jesus. Okay,
nonsense.
we know what supernatural is, right? And you
Continue
don't
your
believe in the
nonsense.
supernatural, correct?
Continue your nonsense.
Asking a question. Do you believe in the supernatural?
I don't know. I don't believe in it. I have not seen anything that's supernatural.
Fine.
Okay.
Everything I've seen works in nature.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Could it be?
That's-
Maybe.
That's fine. Okay. We already defined the characteristics of nature. So does truth, logic, information, time, thoughts, and math exist?
Yeah.
Well, they are by definition supernatural because they don't have chemical
it's not.
formula, structure, charge, mass, momentum, or spin, or kcals, kilojoules, or millielectron volts. So you just contradicted yourself. Or you have to deny the existence of the list I just mentioned.
You just listed a bunch of things and said that this is my container of natural, and you open up another container that's natural. Like this is natural, but now you're contradicted yourself. No.
Okay.
Mathematics is two apples fall down and another apple falls down next to it. And you
I can't hear you. I'm not talking about apples. Truth, logic, information, time, thoughts, and math. Do they exist?
They exist.
They exist. They are supernatural, immaterial by definition. So you just violated the law of non-contradiction.
If it's in nature, it's natural. If it's in nature,
you just violated the law of non-contradiction. You're holding two mutually exclusive truths at the same time. I just explained it to you. It's just that easy. If you shut your pie hole, you would have heard it.
He won't. He'll talk over you. This is what they do when people have this issue and they don't understand something, or in this case, what they're expressing is a violation of the law of non-contradiction. They'll just talk over you. They won't listen.
Right. He's done. Why are you even still
listen
on the
to
panel?
Me, John, listen to me. Just because
you want me to listen to you now?
Because I understood what you said.
I just embarrassed you in front of 300 people. And you want me to listen to you? No, thanks. Go talk to children or something. Maybe they'll listen to you.
I clarified.
You contradicted yourself. You didn't clarify anything.
I didn't. If anything that I see...
I didn't. Yeah, you did. We just showed.
Anything that we see in nature is natural. Mathematics is natural because it's in nature.
You see mathematics.
Hold on. Can you show me information?
Sure. Open a book. Man made it. It's
I opened the book, and what I saw, this was John's...
It's in our realm.
You're still talking.
You know what's supernatural?
You're still talking.
Orco.
You're still talking. So,
because you want to finish.
because you just want to be the only person talking. I urge you, open a book. I opened the book and I saw ink and paper.
Correct.
Well, that's not information. It's ink and paper.
Let me ask you something. Is a nest
you're not
supernatural?
addressing us. You're getting really quickly irritating, Anon. You're doing what Tim Osmond did yesterday, completely ignoring the point, hand wave dismissal after a short pause, then you move on. You're not acknowledging what we're saying. You're not admitting that you've contradicted yourself. You're just rumpusing.
I have not.
Now you're doing it again. I haven't finished.
If you look at a bird's
I haven't finished.
It's
Anon,
natural.
you're getting really irritating. You're like a petulant child. You are worse behaved than the child that was on.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, can you show me information? Not paper and ink. This was what John opened with. You just talked over it.
Are you ready? Okay. A bird knows how to make a nest. It has that information. Is it natural? Yes. Is a bird nest natural? Yes.
Sorry.
You said math
just because
was
it's more
natural.
complex.
Can you show us
just because it's more complex doesn't make it any less natural. A bird's nest is natural. A rat hole is natural. The information was passed on from a mama rat to a baby rat. So you need to cut. You need to make holes.
Okay,
That's information.
I
Is a rat
heard.
natural? Yes.
Shut up! You don't have to keep saying it's information, it's natural, it's information, it's natural 16 times. We heard the first
get it
time.
Through your head.
Yeah. Now, can you tell me how I can measure, weigh, or whatever I'm going to do with the information about bird's nests from a bird?
You can't talk to a bird. If you could talk to a bird, maybe you could.
So do you want to tell me or show me where I get information then? Because so far, it seems like something pretty ethereal, doesn't it?
I hate to say this, but I don't even think you really truly understand.
Sorry, you're not showing it me. You're saying it's natural. What's natural? What is this information?
Information.
Yeah, what is it? Do you want to show it me? Can we weigh it? Can I measure its calorie count?
Just depends on how you format it. If you write it in binary, sure, I can show it to you.
Yeah, we've
If you
gone over
wanna
this
do it
as
in
well.
Bird's tweets,
We've
I can
covered
show
this.
It. Let me finish.
We've
You're
covered it.
rumpusing me.
Yeah, because we've covered this already. You just didn't listen because you couldn't shut your mouth. Yeah, that would be paper and ink, wouldn't it, Anon? Like a bird's nest isn't information, it's a bird's nest. A book is paper and ink. Not information, my friend.
Chirp.
So, are you ever going to concede that information is ethereal? Or, to put it in another word, supernatural?
It's not supernatural. It's natural. I see it in nature all the time.
So show
it's
it
ethereal,
me.
Sure, it's not
So
physical.
show it
doesn't
us.
have a spin. It doesn't have magnetism.
So
but
what
it's
you're telling us
natural.
what it doesn't have, and you're sidestepping it constantly. Show it us then. Don't tell us what it hasn't got. Show it to us.
Show you information.
Yeah.
We're exchanging information right now. Look at it.
Oh, really? We are discussing information. Well, can you show me it? Show me the
Like with your
information we've
eyes?
just.
You-
Show
I'm
me
showing
the
it to you with
information
your
that's just
ears.
been
Listen.
discussed between us beings.
Can I say something real quick?
Not until he concedes.
None.
Why?
I'm not going to concede that information is unnatural. That's absurd.
Well,
notion.
show it us then. Show us some physical, natural information then, Anon, or concede that it bloody isn't. You can't give me a calorie count for it,
Two
or a
birds
weight
are
for
chirping
it.
and they're talking. That's natural.
They're all
We're
beautiful
exchanging information.
creations.
Show me instinct.
Yeah, that's a good one. Can you show us
I
instinct?
can't show it to you. It's
Oh,
natural,
really?
however.
So it's not
Just
real then? So it's
because
not
I can't
natural?
show
So
it
it
to
doesn't
you
exist
doesn't
then,
make it
Anon?
unnatural.
Yeah, so it's unnatural. Sorry, unnatural. You think instinct is unnatural?
No, because you don't listen. I said just because you can't look at it doesn't make it unnatural.
Sorry, instincts
so
about
instincts are
instinct
natural.
is definitely
It's
natural.
in nature.
Yeah, instinct's definitely natural. Now maybe you could show me some instinct, please.
Just because you can't see it doesn't make it unnatural.
So
You
let
have
me get
to
this
see
straight.
everything.
Let me
Are
get
you
this
that-
straight.
So if
Let me
you're
just get this
blind,
straight.
everything is unnatural.
Just because
if you
we
can't
can't
see
see
you're
it.
totally running around unnatural.
Okay, so unicorns, just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not natural or not. That's your argument. Do you see how stupid that argument is?
Yeah,
Just 'cause
that's
you can't
your argument.
Yeah,
Not
no.
mine.
I'll just repeat back
Correct,
what you
it
just
is
said,
stupid.
if you can shut up long enough. Just because they're not real doesn't mean they're not natural. Just because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not natural. So unicorns are real by that standard, aren't they, Anon?
This
Just 'cause
is
you
your
can't see
standard.
them-
How dare you flip that on me?
Well, you're
I
the
am
one who said
telling
it.
Wait a
you,
minute.
just because
You
you
said
can't
it.
see it doesn't make it unnatural. So now you're talking about a blind person touching a unicorn fart. No, because unicorn farts doesn't exist. Regular unicorns don't exist.
Did I
as
just
far as we
hear
know.
an atheist? Did I just hear an atheist say you can believe in something you don't see?
Yeah, you
I'm
did.
not an atheist, you goofball. I just don't believe in Jesus. There's a difference being atheist and believing in an
because this
organized
is where we
religion
started.
by man.
If you don't believe in Jesus that he ever existed, why do you spend your whole time bashing him?
Because I have zealots on the show and all the
No,
people
you
that
don't
think
bash
the
the
flat
zealots.
earthers are
No, you're
Christian
bashing
zealots
Jesus.
is because of you people.
Then bash the zealots. But why are you bashing Jesus?
The only
I
thing
am
he's
bashing
is
the zealots.
coherence.
You and John.
Well, then you
That's
called
who I'm
John
bashing.
Jesus.
Religious
Why'd you call-
zealots.
Yeah.
Why
The
did
only
you
thing
call
he's
John
bashing
Jesus?
is coherence. That's all he's bashing here. He said he's seen math in nature. Can you show us math in nature? He said this before I wrote it down. Show us math. I'm looking
Math?
outside now. I want to see a friggin' equation fly by. No
Just
equation.
because that is a non sequitur. You can't have an equation fly by. What I'm telling
Well,
you
you
is
said
that
math exists in nature.
mathematics is created by man. Therefore, it's natural.
Then it's not natural.
It's in the natural
by
world.
definition.
What is unnatural is
Then it's not
a
natural by definition. You said math is
If
natural.
I see it in nature, it's natural. I
You
see
see it in
mathematics.
nature.
It's
Where is
in
it?
our
Show us a
world.
picture of it.
What is unnatural is a guy
Show us
flying
a
into the
picture
sky
of
after
math
he
in
was dead.
nature.
That's unnatural.
Show us a picture of mathematics in nature.
Show me a picture of a guy
There we
that
go.
rose
Shifting
from
a
the
burden
dead
to
and
proof.
flying into the sky.
Anon. Is an iPhone natural?
Is it in nature? Do I see
Is
it?
an
Yes.
iPhone natural?
It
That's all
doesn't
I'm
grow
asking.
out of a tree. It doesn't grow. It's not natural, but also it's not supernatural.
But it's
meaning
made
that
by
it's
man, though. So
it's
same as
something that we
mathematics.
see all the time.
Same as
What is
mathematics.
considered supernatural is something that you
See,
don't
just listen
see,
to him.
and it
Just keep
requires
saying
you
the
to
same
suspend
fucking thing
belief.
5 times.
Yeah.
I'm going to eject you if you do that again and on. If you just keep saying the same thing 5 times so no one else can address you, I'm going to kick you out. You're becoming really annoying. Yeah, we heard you the first time. Don't need to say it 6 times each time you make a statement so no one can address you. Yeah? We heard it the first time. Shall I do what you're doing and just say the same thing over and over and over again?
Yeah, he's like a baller.
You guys
He's got
do
baller
actually.
Tourette's.
Hey, Nan, the claim of Jesus is that he was God in human. So he's God and natural. And the eyewitnesses say he ascended into heaven. So if he's supernatural, embodying a natural, that is not a contradiction because he's just not a human who's violating natural laws. Can I finish? Can I finish? So if Jesus was just a normal man, you'd be right. But if he claims to have existed before he took the body, and he came here and took a body, and he breaks the laws of the natural laws that people who are made here cannot, that is not a contradiction. And since you're an agnostic, you have to go to the evidence and see overwhelmingly that there's evidence, people, witnesses, everything saying that this happened. Now, you can either say, I believe it or not, but you can't say it can't happen if Jesus indeed is God in human form. Then he can violate any part of the natural world.
Can I talk now? Okay, so a whole bunch of people saw David Blaine or David Copperfield or any other magician or any other deception. Just because a bunch of people saw it and they were idiots from 2,000 years ago and they wrote it down doesn't make it real. And if you believe it, that's your problem, not mine. I'll go on mute.
I think we're getting off topic here, Nathan.
You didn't
Nathan,
answer my
hold on a
question.
second. Hold on a second.
I'll go on mute. You guys talk about your Jesus.
You didn't answer my question. I said, if Jesus' claim is that he's God in a human body, then he's not violating anything because he's God.
Yeah, same with David Blaine.
No, David Blaine's
Yeah,
not
he's
God.
on his
He's
David
using a
Blaine
trick.
stuff. We're getting off topic. This topic started with his belief or disbelief in the supernatural. He hasn't conceded it yet. We already exposed him. Now he must concede or show us equations in nature. I want to see mathematics in nature.
Hey, I saw David Blaine bring the pigeon
Here we
Lazarus
go with
back
the
to
David
life.
Blaine
I saw him.
stuff, right?
There was a dead pigeon. He picked him up, and all of a sudden the pigeon flew again.
This is
So I'm gonna
diversion,
believe
red
in
herring
David
fallacy.
Blaine. That's why I believe in David Blaine is my God.
Red herring fallacy. We don't care about David Blaine. You said you don't believe in the supernatural.
Fallacy. I don't care about your fallacy.
God.
Did that pigeon go through a crucifixion?
Oh,
I have a Jesus
Lazarus
question.
didn't get crucified.
No, we're not having any other questions. We want to get back to the topic where Anon said he didn't believe in the supernatural, right?
I'm done talking to you, condom replacer. I'm seriously
Yeah,
done.
right. Just name
I'm
calling
pissed
like
off
in
at Nathan,
second
and he's gonna
grade.
get
Go back
kicked.
to
He's gonna
romper
kick
room,
me
son.
because I pissed your daddy
You're
off.
like a
Okay,
baller.
have fun, guys.
You're like
I'll
a
go on
baller.
mute.
You contradicted yourself in front of hundreds of people, right?
Annoyed that you keep saying the
Hundreds
same
of
thing over and
people
over again.
know that you're a zealot and they understand
they
what I'm saying.
do.
Just because
How
you and
do
the
you know
hosts
that?
like to yell at me doesn't mean shit. Yeah, hundreds
that?
of people saw
Hundreds
right
of
through
people?
you.
Really? How do you know that?
We'll just let them decide for themselves.
Boom,
sir.
roasted. What you got? Divining powers now? Are you some type of diviner of other people's thoughts? You tried carnival as a vocation. Right? Let's get back to the supernatural. Remember? Above the natural. We already
I'm
established.
done talking to you, condom replacer.
We already established the truth, logic, information, time, thoughts, and math exist. They don't have any chemical formula, structure, charge, mass, momentum, or spin, or any energy, kcals, kilojoules, or millielectron volts, making them supernatural, immaterial by definition.
And with that, I'll say if you are watching this on the Nathan Oakley premiering stream, then stay tuned as there will be an after show to follow. However, if you're watching this live on Nathan Oakley 1980, unfortunately this is where we bid you farewell. A massive, huge, enormous thank you to all of today's debating panel for making this live debate possible, and of course a massive thank you to all of you in the live audience for tuning in. If you need to keep yourself occupied after this stream is over, then go to nathanoakley.com and check out the Flat Earth Debate Forum to keep up to date with the community debate. I've been Nathan Oakley, and I'll see you all in the next video. Stay tuned if you're watching on Nathan Oakley.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!